And now for the Rudebuoyz rant.
And I'm the dirty immigrant. And of course, we kind of demure right now. It's been,
For me, my voice is kind of,
yeah.
It's fun when you can just develop a cold right in the middle of right towards the end of spring, coming up to summer. But sore throat started Tuesday, turned into really bad sore throat Thursday into Friday. Could barely talk yesterday, and then congestion and stuff. So doing well.
And I have to admit, I've been in a little bit of down mood.
Yeah.
I wasn't yesterday, but woke up this morning in a little bit of down mood and thing. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, hang on before we get any further.
Yeah.
Let's see what came in the mail this week. Look at this. Look at this. Right there. Well, dropped by this man over here. And hang on. I am a dirty immigrant by this man over here. Then, we got some more. The Laja Bless by this man over here. And then, one more. Obia by this man over here with our buddy Brandon on the cover.
Yeah.
Brandon on the cover of that.
And on the other cover there, the Laja Bless one. So them the Laja Bliss one again. That's the model there is actually from Lincoln County, and she lives in
there you go.
Angie Carpenter is her name. She lives in Oklahoma now. Yeah. Chickasaw, I think it's called.
I was like, I'm gonna bring these in on the show so we can show them.
Yeah,
obviously they're all. Are they all available on Kindle? Too?
All available on Kindle.
All available on Kindle, and obviously in paperback. Right here. If you want to hold it in your hands, you can hold it.
You can hold it in your hands.
All four.
When you go on the beach and thing, reading material and all of that.
Yeah. So there we go.
I didn't know you did that.
Oh yeah. No, they came in the mail this week. They came separately though, and there's this one thing that and this is not a shot at a mail carrier or anything like that, but the people who deliver our stuff, I don't know if they know that when we open our front doors, it's not, we don't have nearly as much room as what they probably do when they open up the back to put everything in.
Yeah.
So the first book that came was I'm a Dirty Immigrant. And I had to shred the box to get it out of my mailbox because the thing would not come out.
Yeah.
And I've gotten other packages like that too, that the second I open it up, I see it in there, like, oh crap. I mean, I'm reaching in there, I'm trying to yank this open and I'm trying to rearrange things, but in this case, the way it was wrapped, I'm trying to rip off pieces of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm standing there holding about 6 scraps of cardboard from this box just so I can get it out of my mailbox. I'm like, good grief.
Yeah. Somebody named Bonnie just joined, and another person just joined.
Yeah, Bonnie, that's she's a teacher. No, the other one that just joins my mom.
Oh. Hey, Mom.
No, Bonnie's a teacher. I met her and her husband Jason through Anthony.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
What was I about to say?
That is your brother on there. Says, hey, little bro, what's up?
Oh, big brother. Well, go on and ting, boy. Yeah, brother.
Hang on. I think I just turned that computer screen off. But look at this. 4 books right there, all written by your little bro over there. So.
Oh, man. I haven't seen Big Brother since 1992. Dang. It's a long time. Well, go on, brother.
Okay.
Hey.
I thought I broke something over here.
I hope you're taking care of yourself, brother. You don't make me come back there.
He might start just to make you come back there.
Don't make me come back there and go Mommy Charles on you. But yeah, it's been one of them, down kind of days and thing, and I don't know, man.
Apologize again for any sniffling and coughing, folks. I'm sorry, but
I don't know why people don't let people live in let live. You know, my philosophy is this: if somebody's doing something that's quote unquote sinful or wrong, that's why there's a God. You know, he gonna do up the judging and thing.
Yeah.
You know, if he deem it to be wrong, he'll take care of it. You know, the idea of wanting to kill people because of who they are, what color they are, what sexual orientation they are, even in some cases what gender they are, or what job that they do, or who they are in general.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. There's no thing, no supernatural thing floating in the air. Like for instance, okay, if somebody is gay, their life and how they live is not going to affect how I live. You know, just because they are what they are or who they are, it's not going to make me any less who I am.
The problem we have to remember with some people though is that I'm going to say like if it was me. Okay, if I'm seeing it and I don't like it, then I have a problem with it. You know, because okay, we've obviously talked before about if you see a TV show you don't like. Well, you don't have to sit there and gripe about it and act like this is the most evil thing and it must be off the air. You can change the channel.
Yeah.
You have the choice to go to something else.
Yeah.
Now that everything's pretty much on your phone, if you're seeing things you don't like in your news feed, you can just scroll right on past it. You can block them. You can quit following them, whatever it is. You don't have to keep seeing it. But for some people, it's, no. I don't want to change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you are disrupting whatever it is in my life, whether it's your idiotic TV shows, your idiotic whatever on Twitter, your this, your that. If I'm seeing you in public be the way you are, then that just, for some people, it just makes them want to like, I shouldn't see this. You are disrupting my eyesight, basically.
And here's the thing.
They can't let it go. Like you say, okay, you see that over there, I'm still me.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when they see that over there, no, that's going to disrupt me. That's going to ruin my whole day.
Yeah. And here's something else, okay? The whole idea that if there's gay people, they're going to turn other people gay. How is that not happening to me or you?
Well, I did actually. I talked to one guy that I used to work with who was gay, because he was telling me about how, you know, I was gonna say, I think your brother just sent another message on there. What's he telling you?
Nice, everything's going really good so far. Enjoying
the
vacation. Life is a beach, bro. He's telling me life is a beach. You try to rub this in because I'm in the mountains or something. I see how you roll.
There might be some sand over there by the Ohio you can go.
Yeah, like I go to Beach Fork. Hey, brother, come visit me for Christmas. Yeah, no, sand, snow, same difference. Wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But he was telling me about whenever, like, he would go out to some places, and I know not all gay people are like this, but he said that basically he would see a straight guy and he'd go, yeah, I bet you I can turn him. You know, I bet you I can do this. And I've talked to some other females too, who especially in athletics, that there would be others that would say to them, yeah, we'll have you turned in a couple of months or something like that. And I asked him one time, I said, you keep telling me about how you want people to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Because we used to have this one guy that worked with us and said, you are just one good woman away from being straight. And he would say, look, just leave me alone. Just let me be who I am. I was like, okay, you want to be left alone.
Yeah.
And let you be you. So why then do you want to try and turn then somebody else?
Yeah. No,
and he just kind of sat there and was like, huh. I said, if you see somebody who's straight, I said, I don't care how attractive you think they are. If you see somebody who's straight and they're straight, let them be straight.
And on the flip side too.
Exactly.
If you see somebody who is gay, let them be who they be.
If that's who they are, then let them be who they are. I said, you want to be left alone.
Yeah.
But yet you're trying to do the same thing. And I said, and there's others trying to do the same thing. And he just kind of sat there for a minute. He was like, huh, I never thought about that. I was like, well, of course not, because like a lot of people, and I'm not saying like a lot of gays, like a lot of people, all you see is what you want.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to leave me alone, but I also want that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I want you to be gay. No, I want you to be straight. No, I want you to be this. And I want you
exactly.
to be something that's going to make me comfortable.
And so like what the thing that we were talking about, obviously, while the music was playing, and you alluded to as far as killing people.
Yeah.
We've got this, and I'm going to use the air quotes. The people who are watching on Facebook Live can see this, preacher down in Tennessee screaming about how it should be up to the government to round up, and as he said very loudly, repeatedly, all these freaks.
Yeah.
And kill them.
Yeah.
Kill them. Like, are you kidding me?
You know what? In his defense, his grandfather probably said the same thing about black people.
Yeah, probably. Hate breeds hate, but I mean, I was totally blown away by this guy. And this was somebody who clearly...
And he's a cop.
Yeah, that's another scary part. I mean, this is clearly somebody who cannot just walk down a street, and if he sees somebody off to the side, and he can't let it go. And he feels that instead of just, we've got to just kill them.
Hey, Shelly Ball, how you doing, my sister? For those of us who is on the podcast, we are doing the radio show live, and we're going to use this for the podcast, but we're also on Facebook Live, so we're talking to people on Facebook Live. Yeah. Sorry if it sounds kind of weird, but, that's what's going on. Yeah.
But I mean, this guy, he was so animated. He was so angry. Like you said, he can't just live and let live.
Yeah.
And I would love to see his reaction if, say, on his judgment day, if he gets there and he finds out he's sent to hell because of all the hate inside of him.
Yeah. And and it goes across the spectrum of religion too. Christians can let Muslim live and let live. Muslims can, I'm right, Sharia.
Yeah.
I'm right. This. Jesus said to do this, and you have to do what I do, or say,
die.
Or die.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We saw it obviously happen throughout this country with Native Americans.
Yeah.
It was, you will either become like us, or you will die.
Yeah.
You did occasionally, obviously, have the good preachers that all they wanted to do was preach, and if they got converts, then they got converts. But
you know what I mean?
Otherwise they were just trying to help people.
And mind you, even in Africa, the different tribes did that to each other.
Yeah.
We want you to be like us, or we'll wipe you out of off the planet. You know what I mean? And it's a people thing.
We've been doing it to each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, and then, you think about it on a smaller level, gangs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from the other side of the city.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, you're from the other block.
Yeah. Well, so you should die.
Yeah.
Because you're from.
Yeah.
You're from the other block, or you're from the other side of the city, or whatever.
You see,
you're from the next town over. Well, we fight you.
I believe in live and let live. We'll be so much more peaceful if we live and let live. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't think anybody could make anybody do anything unless that person. I mean, I could understand there's forcible stuff. People use guns and then on weaponry and and believe it or not, in some cases, religion, education, politics. They use that stuff, but that's because people allow themselves. You know what I mean? Okay, we were talking earlier. I've noticed a trend in comment section that's going on now, where liberals will be going off about something. And then a conservative would come in and go, well, Obama, well, Hillary, you know what I mean? And then the liberal might have some facts and give pointers to prove it. And then the conservative will backtrack and go, well, I think we should get rid of all of them, Trump and Hillary and all of them. All of a sudden, you know what I mean? They're trying to act like they're middle ground. You know what I mean? When they are based with facts, and in some cases, liberals do the same thing too. You know, because they act
they'll
like if they
shout about something, then the conservative will give them facts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they're middle ground. No, you're not middle ground. If everybody was kind of middle ground and go, well, this person, I don't care if he's Republican, he's going to do a good job, I'll vote for him. This person is Democrat, he's going to do a good job, I'll vote for him. That's middle ground there, because then you're voting in people who is actually going to do stuff to help society. That's what a government is supposed to do, I thought.
Well, according to the preacher in Texas, the government's supposed to round up all the gay people and just kill them all. Yeah, I know.
Whatever happened to thou shalt not kill? You know, I have a question for him.
Apparently, that one has got some amendments to it, like our original Constitution does. Thou shalt not kill unless. Thou shalt not kill unless.
So then, I want to ask him. So does he? Because in certain parts of the Bible, it does talk about a man should have slaves. So does he want to bring back the slave trade?
By the way, that dude was shouting and getting it. That would not surprise me one bit.
So who is he going to enslave?
Well, seeing as how he wants all the gay people dead, it's not going to be them.
Oh, so
I don't know. It's going to be probably poor people, I would think, first.
Yeah.
Because that guy is probably used to being able to sit on top.
Well, you see, but hold on. But, all right, let's put it this way. Because if it was a black person saying that, it would be the same thing too, I think. You know, first he's going to go for who is different than him.
Yeah.
Because he's going to need allies.
Yeah.
And when he run out of those people, then he's going to go to people who is different than him sociologically, economically. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then, he's going to go, well, hey, let's go down there to Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia. There's some poor people down there. We could go down there and get some of them, their slaves, you know what I mean? And people don't understand it's going to be like a domino effect, you know what I mean? They think, well, it's them that's going to have the problem, not us.
Yeah.
There's a prevailing... They're the ones with the problems, not us. But I think if some people are having issues like in South America, that's everybody's issues. If people are having issues, and I'm not talking about government issues, I'm not saying that if they're having trouble in South America, that's this government issue or the British government issue or the Russian government issue.
Our government likes to make it an issue if it's against what they want.
Yeah, it's the people's issue because we're our brother's keeper. I play that song all the time. Yeah, we are our brother's keeper. So if children are starving, let's say, in Africa, that's our problem. If children are starving, let's say in Wayne County, West Virginia, that's everybody's problem. You know what I mean? If children are starving in Siberia, that's everybody's problem. You know what I mean? And another thing I don't understand is a lot of people who are screaming no abortion seems to be okay with let's bomb them.
Yeah.
That means kids are getting bombed. So it's not the kid's fault if somebody have an abortion, but it's the kid's fault if their parents are stupid and believe in something stupid.
When I was watching earlier from NFL Films, A Football Life on Aeneas Williams, one thing he said, children make up a third of our population, but they are 100% our future.
Yeah.
And we just ignore them.
And you know what? You want to know the truth of the matter? I think the biggest victims in this world are children. More so than black people in general, more so than gay people.
And I feel like it's
more
probably
so
been
than,
that way for all time.
Yeah, because they don't really have a voice.
Yeah.
They have people will jump and scream about it, but then the same people who jump and scream about it is the same people who say bomb them. And then they'll say, they're using the children as barricades, so it's not our fault.
And you probably had ones that when they were kids jumping and screaming, we need a voice, that once they become an adult, they turn around and look at the kids and go, shut up.
Yeah.
You're just a kid.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we go back to the live and let live thing, man, I say, listen, now certain things, like in certain cultures, they would castrate women. Now we got to do something about that.
Yeah.
That's inhumane.
Yeah.
Even if it's a culture, it's a cultural thing, we've been doing this as tradition. If you're hurting somebody, that's different. And it's not up to governments to fix that. It's up to people to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's up to people to go, that is wrong. But not enough people are saying it. People are saying it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people like, that's not my problem. You know what I mean? And listen, dude, I put up with selfishness on a daily basis. And that's what's got me down a little bit. It's a pure and absolute selfishness that I see going on. Yeah. And it's not even political, dude. It's just life in general. Mm-hmm. It's just absolute life in general. Live and let live, man. It's like this. I was in an interracial relationship. You think people not constantly being involved is not an issue? It might not be the main issue, but it's always a stuff. Listen, when my son was born, I've had people who said, well, he doesn't really look black, does he? Why is it your business? Is he human? Do you understand what I'm saying? Live and let live. I probably would have been still married if it was just live and let live. You know what I mean? It's the same thing for, hey, two gay people want to get married. If you're happy, that's on you. An old person is dating a young person of age. Mm. Live and let live. If they're happy. I had a conversation like that with somebody at work the other day about the age difference. Person is of age, other person is older. I can't stand it. Okay, oh man, I disagree. And I was like, if they're happy, what is your problem?
Yeah.
If they're happy, what is your problem? If they're happy, listen. I didn't like television. I got rid of mine, and I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I didn't drop of a heart attack because I didn't have television.
Come home one day. Where's my remote? Oh my God.
This is the big one. I don't have a TV. I'm still alive. You see, I didn't like it. I thought it was a waste of time. It's been 15 years or so, hasn't it? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I got rid of it.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill me. So if it's not, okay. I don't particularly like mumble rap. I don't listen to it.
I don't either.
If a song
unfortunately, I have to deal with it sometimes because of who and what I'm around. But then again, when I get to be by myself, obviously when we do this show, I can listen to my music.
Yeah.
I don't have to turn that on.
Yeah. And if there's too many obscenities in a song and I don't like that, I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
That's their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, when the violence start coming in and they start talking about going to kill others, and then I have an issue, and then I might say something because then somebody's directly affected by that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because kids emulate certain things like that, and everybody's in warrior mode. I say that all the time. Everybody's in warrior mode. You know what I mean? Gotta start living and letting live. You know what I mean? This is not a conservative thing. This is not a liberal thing. This is a human thing. You know what I mean? Just because somebody is gay, it's not going to be some sort of transdental or whatever you want to call it thing that's going to make everything bad because they are the way they are. If that's the case, name one time in history that anything has been good. Because these things have been going on forever. Yeah. So you're telling me that there was no time in history where people were like, there's some peace.
I
don't remember it in my time.
Well, I would think periodically in small pockets.
Yeah.
But as far as overall, that could be very difficult. Like to be able to say the entire world is just going,
Well, but here's the thing. Okay, at some point, a good portion of the world went,
Yeah.
There has to be at some point, and
sure, probably. But like I said, as far as a whole
world, no, there's always going to be conflict. I totally get that, but I'm saying like a good portion of the world is like, there's peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think if we let people do their life, if there's a judgment day, like everybody's saying, then it's going to get taken care of if it's a problem. it's not gonna, me being 7 foot tall and black is not gonna cause any rift in the cosmos that's gonna make somebody else's life, unless I'm out there killing people, unless I'm out there preaching about war this and war that, and actually going out and doing these things. If I'm just living, just let me live.
Well, I think some of them, they think that if it's going to consume everything,
Yeah, it's the same thing for you too. I mean, you're 6 foot and white. If you just living, then let the brother live. You know what I mean? What he's doing. Oh, okay. Look at us. We don't drink. We don't go to bars. We don't run around, trying to sleep with every woman we run into. That's not affecting anybody. They're doing their thing. They're running around drinking. They're running around. So why, if we're doing it and nobody's paying attention and going, "Ooh, that's a good life to live. Let's live it." You know what I mean?
That's another one with live and let live. For a good chunk of my life, once I was here at Marshall, it seemed like anytime somebody found out that I don't drink, they couldn't just let that go. It's like, oh, well, you shouldn't have told me that because now I got to get you drunk.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I mean, I've had a couple of people tell me they're, like, oh, no, well, once I set my mind on something, I never fail. I'm like, well, there's a first time for everything. And guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to fail.
I remember.
And I got so sick and tired of that, It's just kind of like, just let me live. I had very few people that when I told them that I don't drink, that they went, you know what, that's good. That's good. It's, hey, do you want water? Do you want a soda? Something like it. And, go win a different route. No, I got a lot.
Hey, McCain.
My brother-in-law.
I know there's a really strange name up there.
Huh? Ben Felici?
Oh, that's somebody you
know. Ben. Ben's been on here a few times.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Jennifer.
But I got so sick and tired of it. And I think that's one reason why I really don't try to go out, is because I got tired of people always wanting to try and pass me a drink.
Yeah.
It's like, just let me be. If I want to be here and just hang out while you all get hammered, then just get hammered. Leave me out of it.
I was sitting on a bar one time, and this wasn't like I wasn't drinking. I was sitting there, right? And this other dude was a writer, like me, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna go do some writing." And I said, yeah, I think I'm going to go home and do the same thing too. And then he just slipped a half a pill across. He said, that'll help you. And I was like, no. He said, come on, man. That will help you write. It'll help your imagination. Dude, no.
I've heard you describe things, man. Your imagination's fine.
I'm an over-imagination.
I do too.
But you know what I mean? And it's like, if you want to do that, you want to destroy your membranes and things, that's on you. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I might try to talk you out of it, but you're going to do what you're going to do anyway. And I'm not saying we should just let people go there and destroy their lives, but some people, it's like, hey, dude, or even like dating. You know what I mean?
We always end up going.
But I'm talking about the old dudes. You know what I mean? When they figure out that I'm single and I've been single for a long time, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't got all these girls coming. No, that's what you do. Yeah. That's not what I do. How about I live my life and you live and let live? If that's what you want to do, you know what I mean? If you want to have drop season thing, that's on you. You know what I mean? If you want the beast come get you, that's you. You know what I mean? I don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is wrong with you, man? Come on, and there's nothing wrong with. Why is there something wrong with me if I'm not going out there and acting like that?
Well, because that's what they do, and it's what they think everybody does, and so probably because that's who they hang out with, and so if you don't, man, you're just weird.
Yeah.
It's like, but then again, the group of friends that I hang out with, obviously including you, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And so obviously to us, that's normal.
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean? I don't have to go there and prove I'm a man by taking advantage of drunk women, or just women in general who,
I've unfortunately been around enough people with just reeking of booze that I'm sorry, that's the last thing I want to smell before I go to sleep.
You know, and you know, I'm not gonna run out there at my age and take advantage of people who have daddy issues. At my age, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm old. So
should we get you a shirt? If you have daddy issues, please call.
You know what I mean? No, please don't call. Put my number up there. And for me, soon it's going to be grandpa issues.
Oh, man.
But live and let live. This is live and let live, man. You know what I mean? If somebody's happy, go for it. If they're destroying their life and you want to help them, I can understand.
Yeah.
If they're destroying other people's life, and you want
the problem though for people who are obviously against homosexuality, they think they are destroying their lives, and that they are destroying everybody else's lives because, like this guy kept screaming, you see all those freaks. I mean, if you all get a chance to watch this video, I mean, it's disturbing the way this guy just screams and goes off about this. He was in Tennessee, right? I think he was in Tennessee. Yeah, a preacher / cop just. I mean, when you try to think of a preacher, somebody who's supposed to be preaching love and all that, you know, how to take care of your fellow man, and this one is up here screaming about how these people need to be gathered up and killed by our government. It should be up to our government to just go, okay, you all there, and you know.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
You know something else too that came up with me this past week. People have been taking this whole "you're a bully" thing way overboard now. The slightest thing you say, you're being a bully. No. Some of them, even if you say, "Hey man, that's your job, go do it," stop bullying me.
Well, you remember though, people have a real tendency to take things overboard. Like that whole, what the heck was that? The Occupy stuff.
Oh,
remember that? I mean, everybody went overboard. It's like, I'm gonna go occupy that sandwich. Like, could we just really, you know? I mean, it got annoying, and that's what everybody does. They want to latch on to whatever's trending, and
like the word egregious. Man, I hear that word again, I'm just gonna go crazy, man. Egregious. That's an egregious or whatever they call it thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's using that word. It's like, shut up. You know, go read a dictionary and get a new word.
If my sister's still watching, remember the new word you all found out the other night? Aggressive. Remember that one.
You know what I mean? But, you know, live and let live. Use that word. I'm just going to block you out. The minute I hear that word, since I don't want to deal with it, you could use it all you want. I'm just going to stop listening to you.
Well, another thing you were talking about, too, as far as the live and let live, just the negativity, too, that can flow from people.
Oh, man. It is so hard
off with this one.
To stay positive.
It is.
With all the negativity and the warrior mentality going around. And this, I was talking to a lady last night, and I talked to a lot of different people. That's one thing that's cool about where I work. And I was talking to this lady, and she said that the negativity is just so hard. A simple thing like this. She went to the mall. She saw a shoe that she liked, and she thought, I'm not going to get it. She went home or wherever she went, and she saw a friend, and she told her friend, "Oh man, I really should have gotten the shoe. I love that shoe." And instead of the friend, she said, "I'm gonna go back and get it." Instead of the friend said, "Girl, hurry up, go get that shoe." The friend says, "Oh well, it's probably gone already." Something as simple as that. Bam! Let's slam the negativity right in there. Oh, forget it, girl. You done lost.
It is hard because I know I've I know I've said things like that, and you got to sit back and think, man, is that really necessary? Did I need to do that?
I used to put a lot of political stuff on my Facebook page. And one dude, went at me. And then I thought, I'm falling into this thing. I'm falling into that whole negative thing, and you know what I mean? I need to take a step. So I just stopped posting political stuff on my page altogether, because you just sink into the depths of it. You know what I mean? And I watch a lot of liberal talking heads, and I watch a lot of conservative talking heads.
Isn't it funny that we just call them talking heads instead of news people?
And I mean, you see the headline, and we talk about this before, the whole destroy thing. You know what I mean? And he taught him a lesson.
So and so owns the yeah.
There are these people on the far left and these people on the far right that is so combative.
Yeah.
And they overshadowing people who are like going, well, we gotta, they think it's weak to go, let's be logical and see which work for which.
I said this one time when we were recording one for the podcast, but now, for this show and for the Facebook Live, I'll demonstrate it again, okay? You got people over here on the far left, you got people over here on the far right. What's right in the middle is your brain, okay? For the left and the right to operate, you need your brain, and I swear they forget that.
Yeah. Yeah, Mom said she must have missed that new word.
Yeah, the aggressive one that happened after they left.
Yeah.
But
Tommy Matty.
But I mean, seriously, it's like, what is in the middle between the left and the right? Is a brain.
Yeah.
They don't use their brain.
But you see, that's weak though. The brain without a concise ideology is weak. They can't make their mind up.
Your right hand and your left hand can't work without this.
Yeah. You got to start coming together on something here at some point. You know what I mean? Because listen, dude, there's so many other good stuff that's happening around the world, but you never see it. And even here in this country, good stuff is happening. Like we talked about before, a feel-good story. I watched something a news program, and this guy was trying to rob some people outside of a school, and he had a gun.
Okay.
And there was a woman there, and purportedly or supposedly she was an off-duty cop. So she pulled out a gun and shot him. And he fell down and he died there. And everybody's like, she's such a hero. She just killed somebody in front of a bunch of children. A bunch of children who doesn't understand who would be the bad guy and who would be the good guy. And taking in consideration where this happened, they have guns in their house that they see their parents have. Mm. So how are they to decipher, especially because we know a lot of parents don't sit their kids down and say, this is what bad is.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Not to mention with the division that we're having and the language that are out there that somebody who is different is bad and somebody who is this, and it's all everybody's doing it. You know what I mean? Everybody's doing it. It's not black people doing it, it's not white people doing it, it's not gay people doing it, it's not straight people. Everybody's doing it, because I watch the comments on a lot of that stuff, and they say stuff about who should die and who shouldn't die.
Yeah.
And then
we all suddenly turned into jury, judge, and execution.
Exactly. Judge Dredd. But you know what I mean? And children are impressionable, and we know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's harder for children to decipher who is the good person and who is the bad person.
Well, especially if you don't have somebody who will talk to you about it.
Who will talk to you about it.
And if you do have somebody that will talk to you about it, but
it's skewed along.
But they're also spreading the hate.
Yeah.
Then that doesn't help.
It's skewed along racial lines. It's skewed along religious lines. It's skewed along political, ideological lines. It's all confusing.
Yeah. Well, and
to children.
When talking about how we only see bad, we never really get to see the good. Watching A Football Life earlier on in E.S. Williams, they showed on that town in Missouri, Ferguson, has been rebuilding. That they've been. Do you need your glasses?
No, I could see. I actually very rare.
Sorry, folks. It looked like you was squinting at the computer.
Yeah, I'll squint when I have my glasses too.
But and they showed on that that area is rebuilding, but we haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
It seemed like once the riots were over, okay, we're done with you. You're no longer a news story. The bad is finished. We're done with you, and that that's not the way that should be.
Yeah.
You know, because other people, either they're going to completely forget about what happened in Ferguson, and that was where Michael Brown was shot and killed by the police, or they're just going to think Ferguson is nothing but a war zone.
Yeah.
And that the news just got tired of talking about it because it hasn't stopped. You know, things are getting better.
Yeah.
But we don't see that.
Yeah.
It takes a episode of A Football Life about Aeneas Williams who helped in that to show that.
But you see, then again, even if things are getting better, even if they are getting better, when the news people go, they're not looking to see what's getting better. They're looking to see what the problem is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if he was to come out and said, well, we're doing this and we're doing that, and they go, but this.
Yeah.
But that. But this is bad. Yeah, but everything is a work in progress.
It seems to be our job right now to find the negativity.
Yeah.
And bark about it, basically.
It's kind of like, wait a minute now, why would we have windmills? They might kill a bunch of birds. Yeah, well, if we don't do something about, what's happening outside there, it's going to kill everything.
It's going to kill the birds anyway. The birds
you know what I mean?
First to go, probably. It'll be in the air.
I don't know, man.
That's funny. I have not heard that argument before. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You can't build windmills; they'll kill birds.
And a lot of places, like people are reforesting whole areas now.
Yeah.
But you don't see that on the news.
No.
You know what I mean? People are building things to pick up the plastic in the ocean.
Yeah.
You don't see that on your nightly news.
No, because instead we get to see which one of the senators is screaming at the other one,
who's sleeping with who?
Yeah, who's sleeping with who? Which politrickster is lying to us now? Like, why don't we make a list? Good grief,
And
take a number.
There are farmers who are not using pesticides anymore because it's killing off certain things. You know what I mean? And there's good stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Or at least different pesticides.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, okay, this is actually,
Exactly. You know what I mean? And people are trying to do stuff. I'm not saying don't show the bad because we're not naive. We know it's going on. But show that there's some kind of hope.
Yeah.
Don't just leave people hopeless.
And it feels like they want to leave the good stuff to be right at the end of the news.
Yeah, but
we're almost done. And here's this feel-good story.
And the feel-good story is usually something tragic happened and somebody did something.
Yeah.
It's not just like, hey, look, they're doing this here. Yeah. Oh, great. No, it's like, well, this. Okay, I saw a story.
We still spent 30 minutes talking about the awful.
Yeah.
29:30 talking about the awful, and then we get 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Awful.
I was watching this story about some people break into this home and some kid defended the family with a machete.
Well.
And everybody's like, what a great kid. Now, if we paid attention to everything that's going on, it could have prevented those people coming to the house, you know what I mean, to do something about it. It's kind of like this. I was watching this thing. And I guess there was some a young African American that got shot in Memphis.
Okay. The
cops shot him, and it was a black guy with a PhD that was talking, Dr. Somebody, I don't remember his name, and he was saying, "Man, everybody jump on the bandwagon because they talk about the kid being a 4.0 student and he's this and all the good stuff." Mm-hmm. Go on his Facebook page and his Instagram page. He's posing with guns, all kinds of money. You know what I mean? Mm. No, they didn't take into consideration that this kid, what actually happened is that he was buying a car from somebody and the person showed up, but he had an accomplice. So to steal the car, he shot the guy 5 times and left him for dead and took off with the car. And it was a federal case then. It wasn't state. It wasn't like state police. When they were starting to look for him, he's on Instagram saying, "Oh, they'll never get me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever." And yet still, people are like, "Oh no, what about the guy he shot?"
Yeah.
You have a family too. Pick your battles, man.
When people go on social media saying, "Oh, you're never gonna catch me. You'll never know I did it."
At that point, they know. Yeah, at that point, they know he did it. Now, I wonder if something like that happens to me, if people going to go in an uproar, because I'm not like about that life and stuff.
Just to hear you even say that makes me laugh.
I wonder if they're gonna go, man, he was an Uncle Tom, you know, he was a coon, you know.
Or you know what, he probably had some things we never knew that much about his life.
Yeah,
we don't know what
he
was
did
really
kind of
doing
stay to
behind closed
himself,
doors.
and he never slept around, and he never drank. There was something, I knew there was something wrong.
Yeah. He's weird.
Yeah, he had some pent up stuff.
Knew he should have had a drink.
You know what I mean?
Gosh.
And then the next
Ask
is
that
like,
girl upstairs, and he wouldn't have done.
and the next thing is like, I knew that he's just another immigrant. I wonder what. Please don't shoot me to find out. I'm just wondering. It's hypothetical. I kind of like living, even though sometimes, like today, it's been a struggle.
Yeah, there are definitely some down days.
Today has been one of them days, man. It's been one of them days. You know, you're just sitting there thinking, man. You know, and it's sort of like a helplessness too, because all this craziness is going on, and you can't do anything about it. Now, I ain't gonna get angry about it, because then I'm angry, they're angry. Yeah. No solution is gonna be spawned by that. So I decided to take the nice and calm approach to things. Yeah, try to take the logical approach.
When people start yelling, a lot of times others tune out. And, or then they start yelling, and well, now you're just yelling back and forth, and nothing happens.
And the thing about it is, going back to that story about the young person dating the older person, and the other person saying, "Oh, it's so wrong." After I said, if they're happy, just let them be. Then that person go, "Oh, it's like they never thought about it that way before."
Yeah.
Why isn't somebody else's happiness?
Well, it's like what I was saying to the guy that I used to work with. I'm like, if you want people to leave you alone and not try to straighten you out, then why do you have to go and try and make others
crooked? What's a bad joke, but crooked as in.
But you know, and he sat there, he's like, "Oh, I never thought about that." Yeah, Matt Conway joining us again, watching again. How you doing, Matt?
What's up, Matt? You know what I mean?
But I mean, you know, and that's
no.
I mean, unfortunately, it seems weird when a lot of times you come up with something that you feel like is common sense.
Yeah.
That you tell that to somebody else, and they go, "Huh."
Yeah. No. When it comes to drugs, we obviously cannot live and let live.
Yeah.
Because that affects everybody.
It does.
You know what I mean?
You've got, obviously, the people who are fighting each other to sell it.
Yeah.
Then you've got the people who take it.
And die.
And it will either die or ruin lives or whatever it is along the way. So, I mean, there are... Well, it's... Okay. This is another one that we've talked about, too. The attitude of don't care what other people say.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do. There's obviously certain instances where that is the right mentality to think of.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I want to grow up and be in NASA, but everybody's telling me I'll never make it. I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah.
That's obviously a great instance.
Yeah.
Or like in athletics, you know, where somebody says, "Man, you're too short to play basketball. I really want to play basketball. I'm going to go do it." You go do that.
Yeah.
But then when it comes down to, you know what, I'm going to go steal that car. I don't care what you have to say about it. Or I'm going to act like this. I don't care what you have to say about it.
Yeah.
That it goes too far.
Yeah.
And
another thing too.
I mean that's the same thing, you know, as far as there are obviously instances where yes, we do need to try and step in and do something, and then there are others where it's yes, live and let live.
Pedophiles got to stop. You know, that affects everybody around there. You know what I mean? And it also affects generationally.
It does. I mean that.
You know what I mean?
People up for a long time.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
A long time.
Rape. We got to step in and take care of business there. You know, in that case, there's no let live or let live in that case. We have, because it affects the parent. It affects the parents. It affects the person who obviously had been violated.
Yeah.
But when they have children, it's going to affect them too, depending on how that person cope.
Yeah.
So it's going to affect a whole lot of people. You got to step in there. But stuff like people's life where they're just living and they're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
And no kind of a supernatural wind in the air is going to blow on me and I'm going to turn gay or something like that. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with anybody else. You know, huff and puff and padow. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. Live and let live. Jah is going to do what he's going to do for everybody. Just live and let. You know what I mean? We on this earth. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah. You can't wipe out black people. Black people can't wipe out white people. You can't wipe out women. You definitely can't wipe out gays. Live, let live, and be happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay.
I would
I
hate to keep going back to this preacher, but I would hate to see what would happen if he suddenly had a kid who was gay.
Well, you remember that one guy in West Virginia here that was talking, and he said they asked him, if one of your children turn out to be gay, what would you do? And he's like, well, you know, I'd take them shopping and then and make sure they could swim.
Whoa. That's
and he's a preacher too.
That's a little cryptic, but still gross.
You see what I'm saying and thing? You know, why if somebody's different from you want to kill them? I don't understand that. I just don't get it. It doesn't, you know what I mean? If they're different, they're different. You know what I mean? And like I said, even us as okay, now they're going to have a straight pride parade.
I'm not going to that.
It's like everybody's wanting to be a victim instead of like, you know.
We're being oppressed now.
Yeah. How is that? How is it? Putin ain't gay. He's got the power. How is he? Who is he oppressing?
That we know of. I don't know.
Well, hold on a sec. He does oppress a lot of straight people when you come to think about it. But in the same conjunction, he's oppressing gay people too.
Yeah.
So everybody's getting oppressed by him. So you know, Kim Jong-un or whatever that little midget's name is. Yeah, come tell me to be politically correct and then complain about Kim Jong-un. Maybe it's an insult to call him that. I don't know.
Man.
But the thing about it is, though, that dude,
didn't he kill a family member because
his uncle?
Yeah, because he was starting to go, I don't think this is good.
Well, he just killed somebody. Was it a diplomat he just executed?
I don't know.
We are losing our minds. We're losing our ever-loving minds, and people seem to be okay with it. You're romanticizing wars.
Yeah.
Absolutely romanticizing it.
We keep letting people get in power who are total egomaniacs, and we've got a perfect example of one right now, who, if you're just the slightest bit against me, off with you.
I think they all are.
No, I know that, but I'm saying he's kind of he's the epitome of it, you know? I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of other senators and representatives who are too, but unfortunately he's the one sitting in the top seat that we have to keep seeing all the time. You know? I'm sure there's probably plenty of local people too.
Yeah.
They're mayors, governors, city councils, whatever they are.
I tell you what,
just like that. But unfortunately, we have one sitting right there in the top seat.
Here's some food for thought. We're gonna be like getting out, you know.
Yeah, we got about roughly 5 minutes. So.
Here's some food for thought. Nothing that's happening is original. It's all history repeating itself. And I've said this before. In the 70s, go look up for the Middle East in the 70s. Same thing is happening now. And it's the same players too.
Well, I mean, think about just even Roman history. I mean, you can go way back and see where you have somebody's people who got into power and just let it eat them alive. And unfortunately, it took other people with them.
It is so obvious it's getting comical. I mean, we have the Chinese government trying to act like they're the logical one with the situation. It's like, are you kidding me? Didn't you guys just like jail 1 million Muslims and to deculture them or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah.
And you want to talk?
Yeah.
And that's the government. It's not the Chinese people.
Yeah.
That's the government.
Yeah.
You know, we like to go, well, the Chinese do this. Well, the Americans do this. Well, the Russians do this. Well, the British do this. Take a lead. I'm not saying they don't have their allies within but if you look at it, the people usually don't have nothing to do with that stuff. They're just there chilling, you know, trying to live the best life they could. And remember, I name all those countries, and I'm telling you that all those people are just trying to live the best life they could. You know what I mean? Because
and unfortunately, when the next election comes along, they go, these are our choices.
Yeah. Oh well, man. But I'm telling you, man, we got to cut off the negativity. That's got to go. And in the simplest things too.
Always with the negative waves.
The simplest things too, man. You know, I mean, life is too long. I know people say life is too short, but you know what? 70 years is a long time to be miserable.
Exactly. I was going to say, when you spend time angry, time seems to just crawl.
Exactly.
by.
That's okay. Like today was a down day for me. Mm-hmm. Man, it was a long day.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when a particular incident happened here a couple of years ago. I let it eat at me.
Yeah.
And eat and eat and eat and eat. And next thing you know, I was like, God, it's only been 2 weeks. Why does it feel like it's been 2 months?
Yeah. You know what I mean? That misery eats at you forever.
It does, man.
That's like, you know.
It makes everything last a lot longer. That's why when they say, man, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
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 Well, when you're miserable, time just kind of slows down to a crawl, it feels like.
I mean,
if you're spending a bad day, you're sitting there looking at your watch going, dang, it's only just now 1 o'clock.
Oh, man. We just made a point to those who like to run around with women. Time flies while you're having fun.
Oh.
You know, it's a boof bam and it's done. And he's like, oh, I got to do this again. So you go terrorize somebody else.
If they're not terrorizing, though.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's along with the whole live and let live.
Yeah.
But if they are terrorizing.
Yeah.
You know,
I always say somebody's going out there doing their thing and they're having fun and everybody's having fun. If it's a sin,
not like this one fool.
If it's a sin,
up on the national news.
If it's a sin, they'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Well, when the gates are hot.
Well, I just said, the fool from here that's, unfortunately made this place make the national news.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? But. The negativity is getting to me. If anybody's on my Facebook page, if you notice, I put up some news stuff now. I don't really give my opinion as much as I used to. I just post the news up there. And every once in a while.
Say, though, some of the posts that you put up, I think somebody wants to visit Switzerland.
Dude, you see that mountains?
Oh, man, I know.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The mountains are gorgeous.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? I put up some for Peru. Peru has got some nice mountains on it now, too.
I feel like about once a week you're putting something up about Machu Picchu.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. Dude. This world is so beautiful, man.
It is.
We should be enjoying it, not destroying it. If you cut down all the trees, how am I going to go sit and look at the butterflies?
Barris Hammond said it. It's time to lay it down.
Yeah. You know what I mean? If you do all this plastic in the ocean and all these mammals that live in the ocean are swallowing the plastics and washing us so dead, how am I going to enjoy it? If you go to Africa and you keep poaching on the elephants and all of that, man, there's things that's not going to be around that I have seen that my grandkids will not see.
Yeah.
That's unfair. Live and let live, including animals.
You wanted another set of tusks on your wall, whatever it is.
Live and let live, including animals. You know what I mean? Let your dogs be dogs. Stop putting dresses on them. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not going to show what else came in the... No, I'm just kidding.
By the time my grandchildren come along, there's going to be dogs wearing tuxedos and going to prom and everything. Come on. Let's just leave things the way they live and let live. You know what I mean? Including animals. I mean, that's all we got to do, man. We're going to end the show with this.
I have not put one figment of clothing on my dog other than her collar.
I had to walk a dog with a little dress on. I had a poodle. I had on a little petite black and white dress on, you know what I mean, and things. So, you know.
Show this one more time, just in case you might just be tuning in. Got these in the mail earlier this week, all for the books that this man over here has put on on Kindle form and paperback form.
You could get it on Amazon.
We got one here called While the Bombs Drop, and this is what you said. Like
it's a book of thoughts. Yeah. It's just like poetry, but I call it thoughts.
Yeah, book of thoughts, literally while the bombs are dropping.
Yep.
Then we've got Obia with our friend here, Brandon Grant, on the cover. We dressed him up and
we did all of that.
Bought a machete. Anthony helped out with a lot of the artwork and stuff like that. So but yeah, good story there. And then we've got I'm gonna end it with the autobiography there. And then we've got the La Jablesse right there with another friend of his right here on the cover. So there we go, another book. And then book number 4, I Am a Dirty Immigrant, by the Dirty Immigrant. So all those right there for you.
Yep.
Good stuff. So had to throw that out there one more time.
Yeah, and for those listening on the podcast,
yeah. That's what I figured. I probably ought to actually say the names again.
Yeah.
For the ones who are going to be listening to the recording and all that, because obviously if you're watching it here on Facebook Live, you can see the covers and all that. It's on Amazon.com, so you can find all that stuff on there. Whether you want it electronically, or you can put it on your Kindle, your phone, probably whatever, so you can just scroll like that, or if you want it in the page form right there, the paperbacks that you can actually hold in your hands and flip through. So,
hey, Christopher Johnson, thanks for tuning in, my brother. You know what I mean? So, thanks everybody there. Tommy, Christopher, Matt, Ben.
Matt, keep going with those movies, man. And I'm, hang on. He had said one person posts a picture and the whole world sees. He says, kind of like the quote from the movie Never Back Down. I don't know if I know what quote he's talking about there.
Yeah.
That one. But I mean, at least talking about what we were saying with, when people will, post something on social media and then go, I don't know how you found out about it, and they can go, it's right here.
Yeah. That's why you don't see
the evidence for everybody.
You don't see my business on social media except when people pinch me on the bum and stuff.
Are you sure they weren't just reaching out in the air because you're so tall? Maybe you just walked by.
No, man, that was a deliberate.
Oh man,
I feel violated. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here and take y'all.
It's probably a good time for that now.
Like we say, don't let the system get you down. Hey, stay tuned on www.marshall.edu/WN. We're going to play some uplifting music, some positivity upon the scene and thing. And we're going to be back on next Saturday also. And then we're going on a 3-week hiatus. Sorry. My man is going to go enjoy nature and thing,
Well, for one thing, too, I also have so many vacation days saved up that if I don't start using them, I'm gonna start losing them. And I kind of have to, because when here at Marshall, at least, when you've got 1 to 5 years of service, which yes, I've been working in the athletic department forever, but officially with this job, 1 to 5 years of service, your cap of vacation hours is 225 hours. Before I took finally a few vacation days and went home for a week, I was up to 208. So I kind of have to start taking it before you go,
and Mrs. Hall, enjoy your vacation also.
And she did say that she loves your post, by the way. I'm sure my mom loves seeing like all the Switzerland and all those things like that. So,
some of them, the Greece and places of Greece she's been.
Oh, yeah. I see some of those and I just go, I got to get out of here.
You know what I mean? I got to go visit them places and think hopefully here shortly where, I'm going to get to do some of that and thing, Go visit up, of course, go back home for a stretch.
Yep.
Go lay on the beach, get my tan back.
So that's another one. I keep seeing pictures from Grenada and I go,
Of course, my brother is talking, he's just chilling and stuff. I think he said he's going to come up this summer for a visit, so I might
You don't want to come up for winter?
Yeah, man. We want you to come up when it's like 5 degrees, brother.
With a wind chill factor of -10.
See how quick you lose your tan.
He's gonna get off the plane and go, nope.
Let me know, because if you go visit the farm in Michigan, I might take a trip up there and see you for the first time in a long time.
Colder if you don't do it in the summer.
Yeah, well, he comes up in the summer. He came up here a few years ago. He came up here in July talking about he's freezing. Bro, it's July.
Hang on a second. This coming, okay, hang on. You telling him, oh, come on, brother, it's July.
Yeah.
From the man that, temperature dipped below 75. I got to wear a jacket and jeans.
Man was freezing, you know.
Talking about you.
I know, I was freezing.
You're telling him, man, come on, it's July. What are you talking about? And you.
Yeah.
Temperature 74. Oh, boy.
Yeah, but when he was saying that, it was like 85 and humid. You know what I mean? Talking about he's freezing. Come on, brother. Remember that song by Maestro? Savage, they say we West Indian. Savage.
We just feeling the cold shoulder by some of the negativity in this town. So.
Anyway, y'all take care of each other. Respect other people's vibe.
Yeah, and obviously, we got to stop the live before we start the
music.
Yes, But in case you are interested in tuning in with the show to continue on with the music, like you said, www.marshall.edu/W.
Yeah, and for
the
those...
first song I have coming up is Richie Havens and Freedom.
And for those on the podcast also, on Saturdays, you could tune in to us on there. Go like our Facebook page, you'll see us live.
We will be on next Saturday.
Yeah.
The 22nd, but then the next 3 after that is when I'll be gone.
All right.
We won't be back on until mid-July.
All right.
Hang on, give me a second. I can probably think of the date. July 20th. I think it's July 20th. The next time we will have an actual show in here.
Yeah.
Playing the music and all that.
But we still have podcast episodes, so you can tune into that too. It's on iTunes and everything.
Yes.
So, tune into that and all of that. You know what I mean? Remember, don't let that system get all your dung.
That's right.